What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a mid fade on my boys, so stay tuned. We started off by saturating the hair and combing everything in place, making sure everything is nice and laid down. Now that we're done cleaning up our canvas, we can move on to our Gold FX and create our first guideline. We want to make sure we contour this guideline to the head shape. Now that we're done botting them out, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. You want to make this guideline around 1 inch thick so you can spread the blend. Once you're done setting that guideline, you're then going to slightly close the lever midway and all the way close and attack that initial guideline. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our 1 guard all the way open and create our third guideline. We're then going to use this same guard and its lever to soften up this line and get ready for the half guard. Now that the line is soft enough, we can move on to our half guard and erase the line completely. You always want to make sure you use your corners and its lever. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe is greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, go ahead and leave a super thanks down below or follow my Instagram. Now that we're done with the lower guards, we can move on to our 2 guard all the way open and create our 4th guideline. We're then going to soften up this line and get ready for the 1.5 guard. As you guys can see, now that we're done softening up the line with the 2 guard, we can move on to the 1.5 guard and erase the line completely. Sometimes there's still a faint line after using your 1.5 guard, so switching over to your 1 guard all the way open and using its corners will definitely help. Now we're going to use our clipper oval comb method to debulk the sides and complete the silhouette. Make sure to use your horizontal cuts to debulk and your vertical cuts to blend. Now I'm gonna go back to my previous guards and detail as much as possible. Man, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, man. Appreciate it. Now moving on to my 3 guard all the way open, and I'm going to flick out as much as possible near the parietal ridge. Here I'm going back to my 1 guard all the way open, and I'm detailing using the corners. Now, before we use our foil shaver, we're going to go ahead and apply some shave stick so that he doesn't bump up. We're using our foil shaver to remove all the stubble, and we're flicking out as much as possible near our first guideline. Now that we're done with the fade, we can move on to the front line, and before we start lining him up, we're going to go ahead and comb everything down and debulk with the 1 guard all the way open. Now that we're done debulking this hairline, we can move on to our Gold FX and start off at the middle, working our way to the sides. You also want to make sure you go slow enough that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer, because if not, then the hair's going to shift and then you won't line them up properly. You also want to keep the vertical bars and corners as natural as possible, because if not, then it won't look right. Now that we're done lining him up and detailing the fade, we can move on to the top of the capitus and create our first guideline throughout the middle of the head. We're then going to use that same guideline to cut to the sides and match everything evenly. You always want to make sure that the hair is nice and saturated so you can get its true length. When using your shears, you want to stay as consistent as possible, and you also want to cut at a certain angle when you're cutting near the parietal ridge, because you want to make sure you blend into the top. What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing you guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a mid-fade on my boy, so stay tuned. We started off with our Goat FX, creating our first guideline, contouring to his head shape. Make sure not to press too hard with the trimmers, because you could create a harsh line, which is gonna be harder for you to take out later. Now that we're done budding them out, we're gonna move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. You wanna make this guideline around 1 inch thick so you can spread the blend. Now that we're done setting in that guideline, we're gonna slightly close the lever midway and all the way close and attack that initial guideline. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our 1 guard all the way open and create our third guideline. This guard is going to get us ready for our half guard. Remember to use the lever and its corners to soften up this guideline. Now that we're done softening up the line with the 1 guard, we can move on to our half guard and use its levers and corners to erase the line completely. Now that we're done with the lower guards, we can move on to our 2 guard all the way open and create our fourth guideline. This guideline is going to help us blend into the bulk and also blend into the lower guards using our 1.5 guard. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, go ahead and leave the super thanks down below or follow the Instagram. Now that we're done using our 1.5 guard, we can move on to our 3 guard all the way open and debulk the parietal ridge. Now we're going to use our previous guard, the 2 guard all the way open, to connect into the 3. When there's a lot of hair and a lot of bulk, you want to make sure you use your comb to feed the hair into the clipper and flick out as much as possible. As you guys can see, I'm using my clipper over comb method to take out the dark spots that I see. Now I'm using my clipper over comb method with my horizontal cuts to make sure the fade is as smooth as possible. Here I'm saturating the hair so everything lays down in place. When you saturate the hair, it makes it easier to pick up with the comb, especially when you're using clipper over comb. Remember that when using clipper over comb, your horizontal cuts are to debulk and your vertical cuts are to blend. And you always want to make sure you keep the comb at a certain angle. Now that we're done with our fades, we're gonna go ahead and separate the hairline from the top and go ahead and debulk it with the one guard all the way open. Once we're done debulking the hairline, we can move on to our go-to effects and start off in the middle, working our way to the sides. You always want to make sure you go slow enough that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer, because if not, then the hair is going to shift and you won't line them up properly.